The stars are getting a little dimmer this week as we say goodbye to Blue Chitose. I'm Sandy.
And I'm John.
And this is my Lady Disdain with your Smart Doll News.
Welcome back, everybody, to the Smart Doll News. It's good to have you. Good to have everyone in the chat.
Yeah, we've even got a bunch of, the UK folks are active tonight,
Well, I think it's more that we're a little on the early side because it's spring forward time.
Yeah.
So daylight savings is on, I believe. We are now saving daylight. I think that's how that works. It's stupid. We all know it's stupid. But hopefully this means for some of you that for a good chunk of, through the rest of the summer, maybe you'll be able to have a better chance at catching the news live. So,
or joining us for a Discord event or anything like that.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Definitely good to have everyone here. Now, I do always now take a moment to thank anyone from the last week who was kind enough to give us a super chat or a super sticker, whether it be just out of the kindness of your heart or whether it be just because you had really something important to say and it's just ridiculously hard for us to see anybody's chats. Last week we had right in at the buzzer at the end, Lee with the super chat of the day, and thank you so much, Lee. It's been just a pleasure having you as part of the community, and we're really grateful to have you here.
Thank you.
And we're not turning off.
This unplugged?
No, that's not what that is. I will do it manually. There we go.
There.
I could say I would edit in post, but we're not doing that anymore. We've got a number of news items this week. It's been a little bit light on the news when Danny actually has something to say along with the pictures that he posts. But let's dig in and take a look.
Yep, things were actually a little bit more positive in Japan right now.
Yeah, they're just now getting their boosters out, which is about 4 to 6 months ish behind us, I think. So it's definitely staggered throughout the world as far as who's able to keep up to date with their boosters, the vaccines, etc. Let's take a look at some of the pictures that he posted. Gotta love seeing everybody out and about. Nobody's wearing masks, not even the other people, so things are starting to loosen up there. We've got Janice Harding with a super sticker, which doesn't really show up at all on our screen, but it's very cute. I love it. It's a little like a dancing fox. Thank you, Janice.
Yes, thank you, Janice.
He did say Japan is opening up to students and business. So not really tourist season yet for Japan. I know a lot of our community has been planning.
We could argue we were going for business, but we're not going anywhere right now anyway.
Yeah, I mean, I technically do have offices in Japan that I could go visit, but I'm good. When I start actually traveling for normal work, then I'll maybe think about traveling for tourism.
But like he called it the new normal, and that's where it is. Bleh, that's the way it is everywhere.
Yep.
Things have changed somewhat.
I do love the pictures of the whatchamacallit, the streets here, and getting a look at the street signs. Like, there's so many bars, in the same building.
This is like a bar area.
It's like a bar above a bar above a bar.
I love the Old Blind Cat. I think that's a really awesome bar, and I love the logo. And then, there's Bar K at the top. It's a shot bar, but it's like, if you look down on the door, it's written horizontally, and it almost looks like
It just looks like bark.
It looks like bark.
Yeah, it's down here too. That's funny. So all our best, Danny. We really hope the country continues to do well and open up, both, I mean, for you all personally, the economy as well. So good luck. Janice called out Bar Hermit, and it's Bar Hermit is just like the names for things. It's just like bar and random English word.
What's interesting is hermits are like a bar, like a baked good.
Okay.
So you could actually like play it that way too. I don't think that's the intention.
I doubt it,
but
yeah.
it's kind of funny.
All right. What do we got next, Danny?
Well, we're still talking to Danny about Ukraine.
Yeah. So, this was if you're just looking at the pictures and reading the notes, maybe you miss it, but it was not exactly subtle when Danny posted this picture of Liberty and continued to define her name. And he defines liberty as freedom from arbitrary and despotic government or control, freedom from external or foreign rule, independence, freedom from control, interference, obligation, restriction, hampering conditions, freedom from captivity, confinement, or physical restraint. Danny basically, this is his statement on the situation in Ukraine. I know our hearts go out to both the Russian people and the Ukrainian people, that of what they're having to deal with. I love the tongue-in-cheek thing, though, that he did
one yellow eye, one blue eye.
Yeah,
very, very cool.
So simple, a little bit subversive, but very classy.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, our number one news tonight. It's the end of blue cheese.
No more blue cheese.
Yeah, it's now we know blues are coming to an end.
Yep.
Right? He said this
eventually,
for a while.
Yep.
But he actually has officially said that this is the last batch of Chitose multi-blue, as he call it, or blue cheese, as we like to call her. And it's always sad because I know it's one of the things. She was kind of an add-on. Like, he was like, okay, who do you want in blue?
And enough people said multi-chi, and he did it.
Yep. And I mean, I think I can never remember the person who did it on Twitter, but they made like a mock-up of
what she looked like. Yeah,
and was like, this needs to happen, and he made it happen. So that was a good run, and we're starting to see the wind down of the blues.
Yeah, she got several passes too. She was available a bunch of times. He really loaded us up with opportunity to get her, and yeah, she's pretty cool. And yeah, it's time to say goodbye though, because it's time to make room for. I mean, he only has so many, 3D printers and so many, so many people to make molds and stuff, and he's got to make gray. He's
got to make gray, and he's got so many girls that he announced over the past year now.
Yeah.
Like, we are actually at the point where we started to see future. We started to see, like Knowledge was already announced before now, I think.
Yeah, this was around when he announced future, or showed her.
Yeah, and so it's been a long road, and it sounds like hopefully he's starting to narrow stuff down enough that he can start producing some of those girls that have been on our minds for so long. Another sort of bittersweet reason, or another reason that Bluechie leaving is bittersweet, is that today, Monday the 14th of March, is Chitose's birthday. So, it's, I hope you all got, I hope you all have a Chitose. Like,
multi-chi in whatever color, or classic chi, whatever.
Yeah, get yourself a Chitose. And if you can't get a Chitose, then maybe you should just get one of these new T-shirts that we got going up on our store.
I like that.
I know, it's a good segue. So, as sort of a like we did with Mirai's birthday, we had some T-shirts that were getting ready to launch, and Chitose's birthday was coming up. So we launched 2 more Chibi T-shirts. This is the Chitose T-shirt, which is that classic image of a Chitose in the sheep costume. And we'll Sandy's got it here or there.
I love this blue.
Yeah, the blue is
very pretty.
The blue is very nice. All the colors worked pretty well for Chitose. Mm-hmm. This is what is it? The Chaos. No, I don't. Chat, help me. What's the phrase that normally goes with her?
No sheep's given.
No sheep's given. Yes.
But it's not the same logo, though.
But
right?
this is it's a little bit different in terms of the actual drawing that they use on the No Sheep's Given shirt. That one, she's sort of more like sitting back, kind of lazily lounging. So I wasn't ready to just call this that and add like the appropriate text. So I just did the straight up graphic tee for the.
We actually just received these today, so it was kind of good timing so that we could show you Chitose.
And the other one that we have is the Kimono Hiragana shirt.
And I am in love with this one.
So this is this shirt is from the Moekana card set that they put out a long time ago, which was like using the Culture Japan mascot characters, Mirai and Chitose and everybody, to learn various words in both. I think they even had a kanji set at one point too, but katakana, hiragana, and so this is the one for kimono, and I added the little words to, I don't know, keep it a little educational.
Yep.
So here is a closer look up at that T-shirt that Sandy's got. Yeah, it came out really, really nice.
I love it on the pink because it obviously goes. I actually really like it on the black too because it stands out a lot, and you can really see the sakura petals well. Yeah.
Yeah, it works. It works well on almost all the colors. So thank you so much, Nefertiti. Nefertiti says, I cannot wait to get my shirt. They're shipping reasonably quickly, although it can vary, and if it's taking a little while,
they're printed usually to order, so
they usually give you a pretty good estimate of the shipping date, and so like right now, though, again, still with issues with the pandemic and things like that, depending on where you're ordering to and where it happens to be being manufactured. I believe we have some of the shirts getting made in the United States and in, I want to say Latvia. So it's like somewhere around there. So I do, again, want to note that while we have started international shipping, we are not yet shipping to VAT countries. Unfortunately, we're still working on getting all the registration for all of the hoops we got to jump through to charge you the correct amount of money and file that with the EU or the UK or Norway. So those are basically the areas that we're still not shipping yet to. But we've got it to everywhere else right now, and everything seems to be going smoothly.
Yeah, I mean, if you're GST, like in Australia or Canada, etc., that's fine. It's just specifically VAT countries that we can't deal with yet.
Yeah. Janice, we hear you, and we are working on it. We've been working on it for far too long, unfortunately, but we'll get there. We will definitely get there. So that is the shirts. We've got a couple of plenty more new stuff to talk about. So let's get back into it. I believe now we're going to talk some faces.
Faces. Sega.
And I know this, you played way too much Sonic. Like, I was like, that is the only place Sandy would have had that drilled into her head. Because as soon as you said that, I heard bling, 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 bling. All right. So we have some faces to talk about. Survivor was officially released, and she is, I don't believe she's sold out. I know we personally ended up deciding to wait, but she is certainly on our list. Just not yet.
I love her. Her forearms look so cool.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, of course they're all different, but like, they just look really cool.
Yeah, I really like this over here on the right.
Mm-hmm.
It's like this really weird texture. Here we have semi-real Fortitude in Cinnamon, with her face masks and everything. So it looks like that will be coming soon.
At least in Chaos, maybe?
Yeah, yeah, for a little while.
Mm-hmm.
We should start, like... this is way too much work, and I would love to do it, but I don't have the time to do it. But if anybody wants to take this on, I would love to see, like, a database of, like the release, like milestones that Danny reaches with a particular thing. Like, clearly this is moved to this stage or that stage, and how long it takes them to do stuff. Although that's probably, would give us no real clue to be able to predict anything, because in the end, Danny, things shift and change constantly. So last week, we talked about knowledge.
Mm-hmm.
And we wanted to know, We wanted the knowledge of...
When's she gonna come out?
When's she gonna come out? And, like, a few days later, Danny drops this picture from his screen. This is the product page for knowledge. This is the, in development. So that's nothing really new, but he's got a speed test window over there, and just sort of covering up, like, where the price would be, things like that. What do you think this means, Sandy?
I think, this is my personal opinion, I think we're gonna get one pass at her.
But so you think this is Danny saying she's coming?
She's
coming. We are go.
And get ready to go, because I think we're gonna get one pass at her, because he knows people want her. He said he was gonna release her. He's got a bunch of other dolls waiting to be released behind her, and she's not G7.
Okay, so that's the big issue here, is that she is an older sculpt. You think then that he's going to put her out, but then come back at knowledge, like, next year or something as a G7 version?
Maybe. That's what I think. I think we're going to get, like, one, maybe two passes at her, but I think the reason for this is he's saying he thinks she's going to go quick.
We've got one comment from the chat. Basically, Danny is a mad genius who lives to troll us all. I apologize. I'm having trouble reading the name, just in terms of the distance. But I totally agree with this. Yeah. Like he's so...
he loves it.
Just messing with us.
We have this thought that, that the Smart Doll News plays in the office and everybody just laughs at us.
Right. Like, what stupid thing are they gonna say next? Like, but the thing about listening to somebody who says a bunch of stupid things, every now and then something makes sense.
I'm pretty sure Anna Britton Lewis, Baggins lover, asked what sculpt is she. I'm pretty sure she's G4.
Yeah, I believe she is. It's hard to tell from there, but I believe she came out. She was, like, announced right before the end right before G7 really hit. Now we've got this mysterious face.
Yep. My first thought was, is this semi-real Kanata?
And I say no. Flat out, no. It doesn't really line up in terms of the face.
No, it doesn't. It was the severe eyebrows that kind of did it for me. But it was a thought.
I'm pretty sure I know who semi-real Kanata is, and I've already seen her. We're going to talk about that in a future video, though.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I think this is just a straight-up new girl. I did a cursory scan of all the anime girls that now may not have gotten everything because I forget if I actually looked at anybody who's not currently in stock, but I looked through most of the anime girls and really didn't see, markings for this or semi-real girls to look for like an alternate face for. And it's not really there.
No, it's a really cool face. I really like the way the eyes are done.
It's very cool. It's like a blend between Dauntless and Genesis.
Yeah, but actually, if you look though, the eye is like the eye makeup for the lashes and stuff goes out beyond the eye socket, the eye hole. So is that going to get filled in with white so that the eye appears bigger?
No, I think he leaves it. He usually doesn't do that. It ends up kind of looking that way anyway. But Amy, thank you so much for the super chat. Amy asks, there are so many new dolls that I'm excited to see. Which ones are you most excited for?
I want the other 3 dolls that were announced with Future.
The what we're calling the Millennium Squad, basically. Yep. The move onward to
a timeless.
No, move onward to imagine a timeless future.
Yes. I want the rest of those girls. That would be my. And of course, I want Comey.
Yeah. You said that randomly. I won't bring up the Comey watch because I don't know how many days it's been. But I'll just make sure that I gather that. But it's been a while. Where's Comey, Danny? For me, what I think the best thing coming out, I don't know. I'm kind of done right now. Like, I haven't like head over heels fallen for anybody yet, like that we don't already have. My last doll I got, which you got me for Christmas, which is Ambition. And she's not out yet, so I don't know. My what I'm looking forward to is the custom blue doll that Katie is working on for us. Her name is Iki. She is a sort of major domo kind of assistant character, and I think she's going to be really cool. Cute and sort of somewhere between Rei and Jinx or Kabukis.
I'm also looking forward to seeing when I got Mei, my Mochiashi, I used Ribbon, the Volks Dolphy Dream Pretty. I used her head, and we had this Dolphy Dream Pretty body, and we sent Katie a blank head for artist choice.
Yep.
So that's another one that I'm looking forward to seeing is what ends up coming back
let
for that.
Katie go hog wild on it. It's going to be very cool. So getting back into the news, Mech Body just to check in, couple new things on the cyborg body / new frame. We're kind of lumping it together. All right. So we'll quickly go through those. We've got
a full body sketch, which is pretty cool to see.
And something that we've been seeing but haven't really understood how it goes together, but we've been seeing things like this in the hips. And now we get to see them actually. Like, I would love a doll like this. Like, this looks
I love
very
the
cool.
the like venting in the side of the hip there. I
Yep.
think that's really cool. Yeah, like they actually like these are really awesome sketches. And off the top of my head, I'm forgetting who Danny said is working on it, but it's just like, yeah, they're really cool.
Yeah, well done. Here we have some pieces of the frame. I believe this is the top of the like basically the thigh, going into the hip, I believe, or possibly an arm, maybe, depending. But this is like one of the upper parts of a limb. That the bottom part is gonna just like, it's got a post that sockets up into it. I just love to see like all of the stuff that gets done to suspend these in air.
I was trying to get a look at the whatever is on the monitor, on the computer down there, or the drawers. There it is. I was trying to see what that was. It looks like a belt, maybe?
Yeah, I think it's a belt of some. Yeah, you can see he's drawn like a buckle over here, it looks like.
Yep. It's a belt for somebody.
Good catch. Here we have some like more 3D prints, but really check out the detail that's starting to come out in what he's doing here. This is very cool. I actually really like the texture of this. And sort of the subtleness of the various details. But then we have like what looks like he's getting closer to like the master or I should say the master itself, and all of the detailing.
Yeah, that
here
is so cool.
I love this because like it, like, I mean, I don't know exactly the diameter here, but you could probably get some sort of mini hosing, even like Lego hosing, and put it in there.
Yeah,
and
if
have it
he's
coming
not
out.
doing it, then you could probably do it yourself. I was actually just thinking, like many people have taken the opportunity to put tails into the stand hole in the back. This is going to give people a lot more opportunity to add like more stuff.
Yep. Now, before we move on to the next spot, we do want to, of course, take a moment and, thank you guys for watching. And if you want to help us grow the channel, grow the Smart Doll News, be sure to give this video a like. You can also take a look at our latest video on the channel. Not the Smart Doll News, a little bit off of the topic, so you might not have even seen it come up into your feeds yet. Sandy, why don't you tell us about our latest video?
So what we did was we are partnered with a company called Create Room, which makes furniture for crafters and collectors. And we started doing their Create Room journey, which is basically a way to understand why you create and kind of open up your creativity and get rid of all the barriers that keep you from creating. How to work it into your schedule, how to make your life flow properly for it, etc. and so forth. And so we just did our first video, which is step 1, discover your creative purpose. So it's not about furniture. It's all about like, why do we create?
Now, it does give you some insight into, like, us personally, why we do the things that we love, what we get out of our creative process, and the next video will be going into what do we struggle with, what do we find hinders that process.
Because you can't get rid of a barrier if you don't know what it is.
So be sure to check out that and the whole series as it comes out over the next few weeks of the Create Room journey. We'd be happy to have you come along with us. You can actually do this yourself, so it's a really useful thing just to even watch the video and think and reflect and sort of answer the same questions that we're answering.
And if you actually want to do it, there is a workbook online for free that you can get and answer all the questions yourself.
Yeah, I was pleasantly surprised at how not gimmicky it was, and how sort of it was actually, I found it pretty useful.
Yeah, I mean, it's really not, it's just a useful mindfulness process.
Yeah. So check out that on the My Lady Disdain YouTube channel, just where you're watching this, and like I said, there'll be more coming out over the next few weeks. And now back to apparel. So here we have some plans for a piece of clothing that we haven't seen before. And it's some kind of long sleeve shirt. It's kind of looks similar to one of the post-apocalyptic, I don't even, is it out yet? But that sort of
the sweater?
Knit. Is it the sweater?
Well, it kind of looks like the sweater set.
This is, I did a lot of, Google Translate of the image, and worked through it. Danny calls this, where do I have it? The cotton,
it's cotton gauze.
The cotton gauze. The cotton gauze. I can't even say it now. The cotton gauze switching damage t-shirt. And so I think when they say damage, yeah, there's some damage to it, but I think this is the post-apocalyptic tea and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
This is probably going to get called the post-apocalyptic something. Mm-hmm. This is essentially color blocked. You can see the sections and the stitching here. It has a brown as the main color for the sleeves, the main chest. It then goes to a beige, so a lighter color here, back to brown. And you've got, I believe, beige over on this arm, and then gray, and then beige. So it's brown, beige, and gray, a small bit of gray.
What color is the back? Is the back a different color?
I don't know. I would assume it is brown, but
it's the same as the writing is the same as what's pointing up on the bottom.
Yeah. So I don't know.
Oh,
I don't know because it just says something Sony.
It might be the material being used. Maybe it's two different materials because they've got one sleeve over here has the same marking, and then the middle piece on the bottom, and then the back is marked the same way. So it may be a different, because it says cotton and gauze switching damage. I'm assuming it's gauze switching, it's two different gauzes or a few different gauzes.
I would assume switching colors to switching fabrics. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So it's the color blocking is what they're talking about. Mm-hmm. The damage, I would guess that look at the collar. It doesn't even look like there's a hem or anything.
It looks exactly like the post-apocalyptic sweater set pattern. Yeah.
So my guess is it's that. I'm not sure why it's... I don't see the whole word, but it ends with T, like the English letter T. So my guess is it's t-shirt. So whatever they call it, it does sound like it's very similar to that. Yeah. Mm-hmm. This looks like the back, I think. Or no, that's the front. That's the front.
That looks like a sleeve, I think.
What do you think? I guess because this would be the front, obviously. Yeah.
I think that's the sleeve.
Yeah, that would make sense. So, interesting. Love to break apart the patterns. Mm-hmm. Okay, this one could be nothing, or it could be everything.
I thought it looked like they just the color is you know, it's just the way he took the photo, the way he's filtering it, whatever.
Well, let's state what it is. Up here, it basically looks like the post-apocalyptic school uniform.
Yes.
Down here, it looks like the same thing, except it looks like blue denim.
It does kind of look like denim.
I think it's just, I mean, we're talking about comparing a printout of a picture and a picture on a computer screen. The color is going to be completely off.
But man, blue denim would be really cool. Like with a black skirt.
And I will say this. Here's another printout. That looks more beige.
Yeah.
This is brown tones versus this has a bluer tone to it.
Mm-hmm. Like it looks like gray with a blue jacket and a black skirt. Or maybe a navy skirt. It's hard to tell.
But then, all right. Here's another picture.
That looks like
the gray.
Yeah, the one that we have.
I'm going to call this just bad color correction or lack of color correction on these two pictures up here that are just misleading.
Yeah, maybe they're looking at it to decide on different colors. Who knows?
Yeah, but these are on like the same page.
Yeah.
Next up we have Naruto.
I love seeing the texture of the pants and everything. That's
like
cool.
It's back to his sort of I don't know if it's quite a twill or whatever.
Yeah, it's a twill.
But yeah, it looks like a thick cotton.
Mm-hmm.
This is interesting. That little pouch or whatever that he has on his like thigh pack there looks like 3D printed in black. So that's
it's vinyl, maybe.
It could be vinyl, yeah. I'm trying to see do we have the same materials here? It does look so. It looked like it. Yeah.
It's just we're just not seeing it as close. I'm
looking at this though. This is starting to look like a Letterman jacket or something, like that. Like this looks like it would be a very cool jacket to have, even like non-Naruto themed. It looks very, very quality.
Yeah, without the patches on it and everything, just have the jacket. Yeah, that would be pretty cool.
And it says it's a shuriken holder, which makes sense. Although, yeah, I guess it just seems oddly shaped for that. But,
so we got some more fabrics here.
So these come up every now and then, and, they're choosing fabrics, colors, things like that. And it's kind of like, okay, well, what are we talking about, though? Like, usually we see there's something new. And then I notice, well, hey, hiding down here in the corner, which, if I can get us out of the way,
is that, like, military jacket thing.
Yeah. So maybe we're seeing some other versions. Although... Let's see what they've tagged here. I mean, this looks very almost like a soft jersey knit. These look very lightweight for that.
Yeah, those look like those look like t-shirt or sweater fabrics.
Yeah, same with those. And then, but these perhaps are for the jackets. Maybe, I don't know. It's interesting. I would love a military jacket.
Well, I mean, he did just recently redo the green capri pants, and they came out more lime colored.
Oh, they were lime?
Well, that's just the way they came out. They have a bit of a lime tinge to them. They're similar, but they're not the same. And it might be matching that jacket.
Oh, okay, that could be. Yeah. I mean, some great fabrics.
I love all these heathered ones on the right.
Yeah.
Some nice t-shirts.
I love this
tops. Yeah, that would be very cool.
That's a good one. I like that sort of medium mix. It's got some contrast, so you see it a little a lot of variety in the texture.
The second one from the bottom in the second to the last column. So go to the left there. Nope. You're
second to the yeah. Okay.
We actually got a chaos piece in that knit.
Oh, we did?
Yep. It kind of looks like the post-apocalyptic sweater. It's that lightweight, lightweight knit.
Hey. This little tag says
CC.
So that's interesting. Does she have
something blue?
Something borrowed? Yeah. I should have
translated those.
Yeah, it's Google Translate would go insane on all of the little text here, and the handwriting can get rough, especially when you get more into like kanji.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so
yeah, some interesting colors there.
And that brings us to, well, you all know what time it is. Our moment of Squee. Today's moment of Squee, I mean, to be honest, there wasn't a whole lot of cute over the last week in Danny's pictures. I usually find something, fun and cute to look at or to talk about. But since it is Chitose's birthday, and I thought I'd show you a picture of some of, Chitose's sort of travel log,
Okay.
So we like to call this one the Chigurumi.
I hadn't seen this one.
This is the Chigurumi in her native land of Nepal.
Tell me you don't all want that for your desktop.
Yeah, it's, I just threw this together, but I may have to keep if I get a blank week with nothing cute, this is what's going to end up happening. So take note, Danny. Wait, now that'll mean he just won't put anything cute out, because
this is really cute.
This is really cute. You just do all the work. So yeah, I threw together this. It's such a bad composite, but this was a lot of fun. And while that was cute, we do have to say, for real, happy birthday, Chitose / Luma. And that will do it for the news, and open it up to the chat for any questions that you might have.
Let's talk.
So throw it at us, and we'll talk the night away. Wow, we've actually gone for a while this evening.
Yeah, it's actually, yeah. We still got some time though.
Janice asked, did we see Danny's post with Monday in the new Mori girl clothes?
Yes.
I just kept looking at Monday and going, is there something weird about her? No, and then completely missed the clothes.
No, I saw the clothes. I'm looking forward to seeing to having those, because like I keep saying to people, like, the old set and the new set will mix and match so well. If you just had those two sets, you've got so much that you can do. And I've actually got some clothing hacks planned for the Mori Girl set, so...
Yeah, you do some crazy stuff to those pants and make them, really different.
Yeah.
BR says, I got my first Chitose today on her birthday. She got blue cheek. All right, so that means... Is she still up? I should have checked. I'm glad to see that you got a blue chi nonetheless before she went away. Janice again says the colors look very spring type vibe on those Mori girl clothes.
Yeah, but I mean, if you think about the fact that the pants in the old set are indigo blue, you can put the greenish t-shirt with them and it'll look cool. You can do the rosy pants with the white t-shirt. You can just change it all up a bunch of different
You were
ways.
just championing the mix and no one was arguing with you. Pan, are the blues gone forever? I hope not. Not yet, but well, okay. They will be going away. That doesn't mean they won't ever come back.
Right. And it may be a different blue.
Yeah.
You know, but he did say that he wants to do gray and green, and those are both in the cards. Like, he said that they are coming. So
you can be pretty darn sure that you will only ever see one alternative color, like weird color, at a time.
I mean, he actually already, like, people still liked milk, and he said, I have to stop doing milk because he doesn't have the space or the machines or the people to handle it. So he had to put a color aside. So he's, in order to like keep doing blue and green and stuff like that, he's gonna have to drop out a color at some point.
Yeah. And it says, blues are here as long as people keep bugging Danny to make blue. Within a threshold. You know, there's going to become a point where not enough people, you know.
Yeah, and there's only so many dolls that he's going to do in blue.
Yeah.
Like, I think he's probably, this is my guess, I think he's done the last type of blue that he's doing, and then it's just like, is he going to keep bringing prowess and moment, etc. back out?
Right, no more new blue dolls, is what you're saying.
Yeah.
Right, totally agree. Yeah, Fabric Friends and Dolls is certainly going to be a place, and Anime Sugoi, to get blue dolls. I would bet that not only are they, stockpiling them to some degree, but B, Danny may make some for them.
Yeah. Actually, speaking of Fabric Friends, etc., someone in the Discord said they spoke with Iris, and Iris said knowledge is coming in her order.
Yep, knowledge is coming in order. I believe on Anime Sugoi, knowledge was listed as pre-order for end of March, but now that has slipped to the same date in April. So that at least has slipped for them. We'll have to see what happens with Fabric Friends.
I have a feeling there will be blues on the secondhand market too. Like later on, people will be selling their blue dolls. I think
enough have gotten out there. Like,
yeah.
they ended up being pretty big, a lot bigger than Danny or most anybody probably expected.
I think people will go, oh, now I want Anomaly in gray. I don't really need to keep blue anymore. I'm gonna sell blue and get gray. You know, so I think that's going to happen too.
Barry Wing says she was walking around the grocery store playing the news out loud for everyone to hear. Well, hello.
Hi, everyone in the grocery store.
I hope we didn't embarrass ourselves, or you, for that matter. Let's see. Leon says, just call Iris and ask if she has any more. I mean, it's certainly just, if you want something, and it's something that is, like, just hard to get, and you're having trouble getting through the normal website. Personally, we don't shop there. I'm fine. I feel comfortable being able to get what we want when they come out.
Yeah.
But for those of you who can't, for any number of reasons, just get on like a list. Say, you know, tell Iris what you want, and she will make sure that you get her. And she actually makes requests.
Yeah, like if she has enough people looking for knowledge, she will tell Danny, I need knowledge. I can sell 6 of them right away.
Yep.
And she also doesn't get everything onto the website right away. We know that for a fact from meeting her.
So if you're on that list, you're not, like, you don't even have to worry about going to her website and tracking her website. She will let you know when she has one for you. Kelly asks, is Danny going to make any more blue parts? Well, we know parts in general, option parts, right? Busts, hands, things like that, he is narrowing down across the board.
He's got busts have gone away in most of the colors. Like, you can still get medium, smooth, and cinnamon, I think.
Yep. He is simplifying. He is reducing the number of SKUs that he has to deal with. And yeah, I think that's because he can't get rid of any dolls, and he's got so many new dolls that he wants to put out, and like he just can't handle it.
And I think I mean, he is like redoing the frame and stuff, so there could be some caution as to will he need to redo those parts, that kind of thing.
Barry Wang asks or says, I hope the green is in the same range as the blue. And that's the really interesting thing to look forward to, is what hue and saturation do we end up with,
right.
And what is the brightness of it? Is it going to be a darker tone? I know there's a lot of people who were interested in like darker, like a darker blue skin tone, or
I think it's going to be a She-Hulky or a Hulky green. I
think so too. I think here's skin colorized as green, it'll be interesting. I mean, if he's doing her anyway, it'll be interesting to see if he even can do like other dolls with the skin tone of She-Hulk. If he, if he's aiming at doing a license of her.
Mm-hmm. Anna says, I just wanted to say I watched my Dress Up Darling and love it. Yeah, it's a great show. I don't know what else to say.
So weirdly matter of fact.
It's a great show.
Yep.
I mean, it's that it just appeals to us as, like, I mean, one of them is a cosplay geek and one of them is a doll geek, and it's just like, it's so cool to have a series that represents those cultures.
Yeah. Here says they should do green, the green of Kermit in the back. I'm not sure what in the back is referring to, but Kermit green is,
Kermit.
Oh, behind us, in our back. Yeah. Yes.
That's the little Kermit. I have like a normal size one too. Someone said, Danielle said, will we get a Kabuki in another color? I think that's definitely possible.
I think that is impossible not to. We must have all the Kabuki. Although I shouldn't say that. Because I don't have Tea Kabuki or as much as I love saying it, Coco Kabuki.
We don't have, we have her in cinnamon and we have her in blue.
Yeah, they never really fit the stories that I was telling. If it is Kabuki in another
fantasy tone,
it's a maybe. I don't know. Maybe to get it, but I don't know if she would fit into the stories. Like right now, the idea of multicolored aliens doesn't fit in the universe that I've envisioned for Kabuki. Their race are blue. Like that, I mean...
Well, yeah, but I mean, you could also go that whole thing, where elves can, think about, in World of Warcraft, where elves could be, blood elves, and they could be night elves, and they could be different colors. So maybe this is just another, we can have cinnamon people and cocoa people. So why can't we have, on a nearby planet, the same, kind of the same race, but they've gone green?
It just takes too much to explain. That's all I'm saying. It's why are they different colored? Now you need all this backstory for this other
I
stuff.
would like Prowess in gray.
That would be interesting.
I think she would look really cool.
Prowess in green would be very cool.
I like her in the idea of gray because I think that she would look more like a tabby cat. Because she'd have those stripes on her face.
BR says, imagine a Kabuki with green and purple or spring tones. I mean, they would be beautiful, and I probably would get them to get them. If they... Here's what I would probably want to do. Any of those colors, I would get a blank G7 head. or well, it doesn't even have to be G7 head because I'm not using all just G7. I would get a blank head in the next fantasy color and do like some sort of like Oni style, like, you know, kabuki demon thing.
It just occurred to me that kabuki in gray would be fierce.
Oh yeah, kabuki in gray I would definitely do because it could be. I mean, that's just like it's like stealth mode or something. You know, like, and then maybe once that opens up, then I could do different colors. All right. And of course says, I want a gray doll for a tiefling, but also need a tail and horns. And tail and horns should not be that difficult to get made or purchase. You know.
You could probably even make your own tail. Like just get some, get some of the silicone putty and make a mold, and you know.
Yeah, no, that's definitely a really cool idea. Leon asked about the Attica new silicone, the flex bodies. I'm interested in it. It came and went, and I may try and get it the next time it's open. For posing purposes and things like that. I think it would be nice to have one. But well, yeah, it's not something I'm like massively like excited about, but I am very curious about it. Pan Disaster says, anyone know a good smart doll Hakama pattern? Who has one?
Does Requiem Arts have one? I can't remember.
I think
you could also check Lomi from Lomi's Playground. I forget what her blog is called, but she has a lot of free BJD patterns. She might have one.
Yeah, there's one of the major pattern people do a Hakama.
It's either Motivation or Requiem Arts or something like that.
For getting one, just straight up getting one with some pretty nice fabric. What is it?
Atelier. Kiko. I can't remember the name of it now.
Let's see if we can find this here. Yeah, all right. Let me find. So it's Atelier Akiko. And so not exactly answering your question, but they have like harem pants. They have all sorts of really nice options that are like mix and mash. Very, very interesting takes on,
her fabric choices are fantastic.
Yeah. Gotta love this is basically like a short. It's almost a Hakama style skirt. Love that with the little bow and everything. So yeah, that's what we got. We are at the end of our time, unfortunately, but it has been a lovely evening. And
yeah, it has.
It's been a great crowd in the chat. If you want to join us, we're here Monday night, 7 p.m. Eastern, and Luma here would like to wish you all a wonderful week. And as a reminder, if you want that awesome Chitose t-shirt, check out myladydisdain.com, and we'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.